the ABC News and a lot of different journalists right now have just heard a declaration from Australia Post in regards to parcels that are going to the United States are being held up in regards to the DDP and the de minimis going to zero. Here at KeepSpace, we've been building our own software for a really long time. One of the businesses that we work with introduced us to Zonos about 3 years ago. If you don't know the name Zonos and you're seeing it online right now, what it is effectively is a platform where if you need to pay your stamp or duties in different countries around the world, Zonos will declare the amount required to be paid so that the government of that country can collect its fair duties. Now, Australia Post does really well for its domestic, terrible processes of doing DDP, which means delivery duties paid. People out there that is using Australia Post right now to send to the United States and other countries abroad, they will do DDU, which means delivery duties unpaid, which effectively means the shipment that lands, the person who's collecting the parcel will have to pay the taxes required for whatever that parcel was at receivable. Now, once it hits into America, most people, how they do their service in the United States with the UPS, don't have to sometimes do this, sometimes they miss out, sometimes it goes on to a different carrier, they just drops off the parcel. And so therefore, they miss out on the money. So what America has done, in their great wisdom, is to stop all parcels coming from Australia Post at the gate. In regards to this, we've been working with Zonos for the last 3 years. And my feedback and review on the company of Zonos, we're going to share with you a no BS approach. The company is not bad, but they are not cheap. To be completely straight with you, FedEx and DHL do a much better job in regards to this whole tax thing. Australia Post is just the LO cheapo of all the options. No offense, Australia Post, but you're cheap as shit, and so everyone uses it. But now, because they've been blocked, Australia Post has asked, who should we use? Americans said, these guys have been around for a little while. They're the fastest to update the pricing structure. Use them. And so now Zonos, when we joined up with them, they had a subscription rate was pretty low because they were new to space. But you can bet your ass now that this subscription's gone out, they're going to go way, way up because they know that they can. I think it's going to be crazy. So just to let you know out there, if you are using us at KeepSpace, you're sweet, we'll get you covered. If you're not using KeepSpace, you can ask us too, because the company of Zonos don't have anyone here in Australia. They got a sales group of 3 to 5 people. That's it. So this entire thing is dependent upon a couple of sales guys. That's why when you reach out to them and you're trying to connect with them, they're not going to answer you. You know why? Because they're all asleep in the US. Their entire development team is outsourced overseas in international waters. We won't go there because we know, because we did the integration setup. We were talking with the team, which then talked to another team member, which then responded back to that team member, which then responded to us. So if you're going down this pipeline now, expect some pain, expect some time. It's just going to be the fact, okay? But if you want to kind of skip that, we've already got this set up with them. So there is a channel that you can use with us if you want to get into this and sort of deal with all this drama. But the bottom line is we're a 3PL, so we'd be doing the extra services as well. So just be aware of that. If you are using Australia Post and you are doing those internationals and this is an issue, let us know. We'll hook you up, we'll fix you up, you'll be sweet. Zonos, let me show you an example. Let's say, I don't know, like a can of something. And that product, right, it's gonna be like maybe $10. And the HS code will declare it into its tax bracket, of this example, $3, okay? So the final product's $13. Because Zonos doesn't wanna lose money, because it's a private enterprise, what they'll do is they'll guarantee the duties to be at $5. So that they will be able to make sure that there's a buffer for any excess charges or anything else that the government may put on top that will make the duties a little bit underpriced. So they're always going to be above the threshold, which is where they make their margin and their profits. And they will do this for every single parcel that you send through every country's declaration request. And so they're making money hand over fist, guys. Like, that's their business model. And because they're the quickest to be able to update the numbers, that's why Trump's jumped in and recommended them, because they're a software platform that is trying to calculate every country's new updates as quickly as possible. And that's why I got recommended to Australia with Gary Starr, who's running Australia Post right now. And now Gary Starr has told the public, use Zonos or don't get your stuff through. That's the story, boys and girls. That's what's going on. So If you're gonna get up with Zonos, just be aware, they're gonna be absolutely swamped. You're just gonna be dealing with a salesperson here in Australia. They're gonna be having to talk back to the development team. You're gonna go through a pipeline of work. It's gonna be heavy. If you wanna use us, Keepspace has already got this all done. We did it like 3 years ago. Totally be able to work it through with you. You'll be able to get that cleaned up. Or use an alternative shipping provider. Use FedEx, use DHL. They've got this already done and they're so much easier. You might pay a little bit more for FedEx or a little bit more with DHL. If you take into comparison the price of what the shipping is and the duties, FedEx is kind of on par for par with Australia Post. I hope this video really helps. It's really gotten under our skin here at Keepspace, but we feel like you should know. So I hope this helps. If you feel like there's any other help you want to give to the community, write into the comments below. Let us know. Take care.